Day, my amiable viewers. I am Folahan Oyelekon. Today, I'm discussing the plot summary of The Alchemist, written by Paulo Coelho. The Alchemist. The Alchemist is a novel written by Paulo Coelho, and it is about the story of Santiago, a young and adventurous Andalusian shepherd who is troubled by a recurring dream. Every time he sleeps under a sycamore tree that grows out of the ruins of a church, he dreams of a child that takes him to seek treasure at the foot of the Egyptian pyramids. The dream is not clear to Santiago. He then consults a gypsy woman for the interpretation of the dream. The woman, to his amazement, tells him to go to Egypt. Melchizedek, a magical old man who claims to be the king of Salem, corroborates the interpretation of the gypsy woman. He adds that it is Santiago's personal legend to travel to the pyramids. He advises him to sell off his flock and set off to Tangier. When he gets to Tangier, Santiago is attacked by a thief that robs him. He has earlier pretended to take Santiago to the pyramids. This forces him to engage himself with a local crystal merchant. The merchant is kind and very conservative. He teaches Santiago several lessons, and Santiago encourages him to take risks with his business. The risk is favorable, and Santiago becomes a rich man within a year. Santiago decides to cash in his earnings and continue his journey to find treasure at the pyramids. He joins a caravan traveling through the Sahara Desert to Egypt. He meets an Englishman studying to become an alchemist. Santiago gains and learns a lot from the Englishman on the journey. He learns that the secrets of alchemy is written on a stone that is called the Emerald Tablet. He also learns that the ultimate creation of alchemy is the masterwork, which consists of a liquid called the elixir of life that can cure all ailments, and a solid called the philosopher's stone, which can turn lead into gold. Santiago discovers that the Englishman is on a journey with the caravan to the Saharan oasis of Al Fayoum, the abode of a powerful 200-year-old alchemist. The man intends to ask the alchemist the secrets of his trade. A violent tribal war is taking place in the desert. Hence, the caravan must make an extended stop at Al Fayoum to avoid the war. Santiago meets an Arabian girl named Fatima and falls in love with her. Fatima promises to marry him when he completes his journey. Santiago is initially frustrated here, but later learns that true love will not stop and that one must not sacrifice his destiny to it, as to do so robs it of truth. While walking about in the desert, Santiago witnesses an homage that portends an attack on the historically neutral oasis. The tribal chieftains are intimidated and warned of the attack by Santiago. This makes Al Fayoum prepare and defend itself successfully against the attack. The alchemist then invites Santiago on a journey into the desert. On the way, he tells Santiago about the importance of listening to his head and pursuing his personal legend. He advises and convinces Santiago to leave Fatima and the caravan for now and continue his journey to the pyramids. He offers to go with Santiago on the next leg of the trip. The alchemist shares a lot of his experiences about the soul of the world and wisdom with Santiago while going through the desert. He learns about the power of the soul and the importance of living in the present moment. A tribe of Arab soldiers captures them when they are mere days away from the pyramids. In order not to be killed, the alchemist gives them all Santiago's money and tells them that Santiago is a powerful alchemist who, within 3 days, turns into wind. Santiago, who has no idea how to turn into wind, feels alarmed. He contemplates the desert over the next 3 days. On the third day, he communicates with the sun and the wind and persuades them to help him create a violent sandstorm. Santiago prays to the hand that rules all, and at the climax of the storm, he disappears. He then reappears on the other side of the camp, and the tribesmen are surprised by the power of the storm and Santiago's. They then release Santiago and the alchemist. They travel together as far as Coptic monastery, which is several hours from the pyramids. The alchemist there displays his ability to turn lead into gold. Using the philosopher's stone, he gives gold to Santiago and sends him off. Now, at the foot of the pyramids, Santiago begins digging for the treasure. Two men meet him there and beat him. Santiago then narrates his ordeals about his dream vision. They then believe that he doesn't have money and leave him alone. Before they leave, one of the men tries to convince Santiago about the futility and worthlessness of dreams. He then tells him about his own dream. The dream is about a treasure buried in an abandoned church in Spain where a sycamore tree grows. That is the same church where Santiago had his dream. Santiago now understands where his treasure is. Santiago travels back to Spain where he finds gold and a chest of jewels buried under the tree. He thereafter plans to return back to Al-Fayoum with the treasure to meet Fatima, who is waiting for him to unite with her. So that's the end of The Alchemist, written by Silo. If you have not subscribed to this channel, try and hit on the subscription button so that you have access to all my videos, the ones I've produced and the ones I'm about to produce. And you're also free to share my videos on any social media. Thank you and God bless.